a whole lot more people were going to jump on.
Yeah.
I just wanted to use this session really just to get ideas from you guys, because this is not my strong area. I'm more of a just do it. Like, what do you need a plan for? Like, let's just try things and see what works. And so it's really hard when people tell me, or coaches ask me, well, how do I do that? How do I get started? What do you mean list? It's hard for me. Matt and I were talking about this. I'm getting better. Hey guys, you have to turn that down. No, do not touch the remote. Sorry, I don't have any help.
Hey, it is quiet. Hey, it is okay. Don't worry about it.
No, if you want to watch this loud, you have to go in your room or my room. Don't touch the remote.
You do not have to apologize to me. I have 5 munchkins. I completely understand. I think it's great.
I know. That's why planning calls is so. Oh, Mandy's having problem finding links for the call.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me.
Yeah, no, go ahead. Yeah, try to get people on. That's great. I'm almost to the parking lot and I can still, so.
Okay.
Yeah, a little safer.
All right. So yeah, it's not my strong suit. I think Matt and Nicole were talking about this too. So this helps me so much, but I don't want this to be something that I put together and it's all my idea, because as we talked about in Summit, together we're much better than just one of us trying to throw out stuff, and we're all going to do things differently. But I do have a couple of ideas of what I know was going to work, and at least in how we have to start this, and that's being all in and going, setting some goals up front, knowing what we want, and creating a list to accomplish that. Because for me personally, this is going to be a big recruiting month. I think that's what all of your goals are if you're in this 30-day sprint. Because ultimately, for your business to grow, for your team to grow, that's what the bottom line is. So let's just start kind of with, no more cookies. Let's just start kind of with a Q&A, just kind of tossing ideas out there. And we talked about a 7-day group to start on the 27th is Monday. Just a free group so that we can just kind of start introing things and bringing people in easily. And that way, when we get into that first week of August, we already have a little bit of a foundation built. So I definitely want to talk about that and get your ideas on some different types of free groups and how we run it, so we can quickly get that together and get those invites out for it.
Sounds good. I hadn't talked with Co about the free group. We were sort of getting our list together and our foundation. We're a little behind the 8 ball because we're sort of new at this, sort of getting our list down on our goals and where we're going to be. So any great ideas? We'd love to do. We had planned to do a challenge on our first 21-day fix challenge on August 10th, I think, that Monday, because we're on vacation, but we're going to sort of recruit, and we're trying to get a good advertisement sort of banner together tonight to post and start getting our list of friends. And so we add to that free challenge before. So as normal, like guys, really like this, or hey, we're doing this, and on this day we're gonna do the 21-day fix.
No, I think that's perfect, and I think everything that we lay out is totally optional. So if we put in a 7-day free group, and then have when a 21-day group starts, and then have when Coaching at a Glance starts, and schedule in some webinars, let all of that stuff is going to be stuff that's just ammo for you guys, and not something you have to push for. And I'll be honest with you, I don't think I've ever run a free group, maybe once, but it hasn't been something that I've consistently worked in. But
yeah.
For what we're doing here, I think as we set out, make our list of names, whether it be 20 names, 50 names, 100 names, that's going to be a good tool to use, just to kind of bring some people in that aren't necessarily going to be your coach
Right.
prospects better, right? Or what the way I was looking at it more than anything was not necessarily to help people get results as much as it is, which obviously, you know, we want to happen, but it's 7 days, more so showing people what we do as coaches on a bigger you know, like it's more than just showing them kind of the inside scoop of what we do in challenge groups and stuff like that, and having 7 days to do that. So,
Right. Yeah. No, that's great. That sounds good.
Mandy, do you have some ideas in mind about running a challenge group, like some different clean eating? I'm sure we could find recipes and stuff, and we could even pull stuff out of that 21 or the Fix8 book to kind of promote that.
Yeah, I don't think that's a bad idea. I mean, I personally have I did a 12 days of Christmas free group, and it went actually relatively well. I had more participation than I did in some of my paid groups, but I can't remember that. I never really thought about it, but I don't remember if it actually transferred over and I got anyone to sign up. But it was a really good group and good energy. I personally love it when I see that there's like clean eating ones. I haven't run one like that, but I think everybody wants eat clean more simply. So maybe the Fix8 book, maybe a crock pot one. I don't know if anybody has any good ideas, but I'm all about a clean eating, and we could throw in some workout moves, simple move with it. I don't know. Any thoughts?
Or we could get them to sign up for the club membership, the free trial too, and just say, you know, mark your calendars on the 21st of August is when you're going to want to cancel if you don't want to proceed with it. But that way we can introduce size to them.
Yeah, I love that, Rebecca, because then we could just kind of give them a workout for the day. Like we could make it, okay, you're going to do this to kind of expose them to some different stuff, and we get them enrolled under us.
Right. Yeah.
Does that club membership give you access to the on-demand? Is that?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Good. And that. Yeah, I looked at it a little bit yesterday, but I'm still trying to, you know, navigate the Beachbody, you know, all the products and what everything we can offer, you know.
Right. So what you would want to do, just kind of as a selling point for that, it is free. Now, when they go in and everything that you get in the club membership, there's the access to nearly, it might even be over $3,000, but around $3,000 worth of our programs that they have access to anytime, anywhere. And then they also get, part of the club membership is they get 10% off anything they purchase. So if they decide to keep it, then there's Shakeology that's only if you're a customer. If you're a coach, it's not in addition to the 25%. And then the other cool thing with that is the meal planner. So they'll get all the guides and everything that come with the programs, but they'll also get if you have the club and you go under Eat Smart, you can actually put in your stats, what program you're doing, if you're including Shakeology, and it'll actually spit out a meal plan with you with recipes for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So it's just a nice little selling point to toss in there. And then if we promote it with like little sample recipes, maybe 2 or 3 from Fix8 that they can use, and just, you know, a very plain and simple meal guide, then I think we'd have a pretty good group going. Does everyone want to take like 1 day a week to plan that meal, like grab a recipe and?
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. We for the 3, maybe for the 3 meals or 6 meals, you know, or at lunch and breakfast, snack, and everything. Everybody get together a plan, and then we put it together, and then we can all do it the same, and then that'll be, you know, we can share the work. That sounds awesome.
Okay, excellent. Yeah, some of it, once we get it together, we might condense it, because I think to simplify things, we don't want to have 7 different breakfasts. I don't know.
Right.
So we'll start, once we pull it together, we'll just start cutting out some of the stuff.
Right. Yeah.
All right, cool. Or even options, like instead of day 1 eat this, day 2 to eat this, We could have like breakfast options, lunch options, dinner options, and that way they can repeat them, like 7 of each or 5 of each. We do 5 of each. So maybe 10 snacks, 5 breakfast options, 5 lunch options, and 5 dinner options.
That's
so that way we
perfect.
don't have to plan it out.
How long are we looking at doing?
I think 7 days is good. So we'll do it the whole week of the 27th.
Christine and I have been doing the on-demand groups, and they're really good because everybody gets that sample of all the different programs, and then I've sold a couple challenge packs each time we've done it.
Awesome.
So it's a good one. I mean, I also saw Summer had posted about a Fitbit challenge, and I think that would be really good too as another option.
I saw that too. I just don't know a thing about the Fitbit. I just got one. Honestly, I don't even love the concept of it, so I'd have to warm up to figure out how to even. But I mean, definitely. I mean, I don't want to overcomplicate it, but if any of you know about the Fitbit, and we like right on day one say, hey, if you have a Fitbit, whatever, give you there's like a login or something that you guys can share, right?
Yeah.
So we could just put
much.
that out there.
Right. There's enough of us coaches that if everybody adds a little bit to the group, we could capture a lot of stuff without making it too complicated. Heather, do you have any things that you run into that have worked or not worked for these on-demand groups?
We've been doing them 21 days, and then the last like week they're doing that Shakeology sampler. So it's been good. So it's a total trial of everything, but it's long. It's been like 15 minutes. So I definitely think making it shorter is better. And then I would say one thing that I found is that we've had a wide variety of like, I guess, foundation, like fitness base. And so maybe knowing our audience, we've been posting the workout each day. And I think like our first round, we had a lot of really fit people and it was great. But then this second round, it wasn't as good because people are super overwhelmed by the workouts we were choosing for them. So I think maybe having like option A, option B, like if this is too intense, this one, like a track to put them in or something.
Yeah, maybe beginner, intermediate, advanced, whatever they can decide what they are. Have some.
Yeah, it's a fine line to me because I feel like some people need that push because they can do more. But I mean, I think giving them an option.
Every workout's scalable, of course, but
yeah. But it's intimidating, especially you throw them in like 21-day fix extreme plyo or whatever that one, it's like, whoa. So
don't do that to anybody. Can somebody taking notes on this that they can post in that group too? My pen got stolen from me.
yeah.
Real quick, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Okay. No, I was just going to say with Heather, I think the biggest thing about the on-demand challenges that we're doing too is that like I'm pretty new to this. So for me, I'm still learning how to basically just sell the product as, because I just got a text just now, like I would love to do Shakeology, but it's way too expensive. Like literally just got a text. So I think one of the biggest things about this challenge is people like, I tell them it's like, I'm like, hey, you guys want to do a free challenge? Because it's 30 days free. And I'm like, hey, you can try Shakeology. It's only $30. And so that to me, like for people that I know that are like, oh, it's $140, oh, it's $130, I can't afford that. It gives them a chance to see what they're buying first, and then they're like, oh my God, it is that amazing, and now I'm gonna buy it. So I think it just gives everybody a glimpse of what they're buying before you're like, hey, you wanna buy something that's $200, it's super helpful for me, like I said, being new to it and everything and trying to sell the value.
It feels more manageable to do the sampler. I think for sure, we should each be encouraging people to try Shakeology while we're running this free one with hopes of gaining, even coaches, they should try it before they sign up as a coach so they know what they're getting into. So yeah, that's a good point.
So, but hey, I have to run, so I'll have Heather fill me in.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks for joining us. We're recording it too, so.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too.
So I'm wondering if, because unless we send out a ton of invites like today, which we can do, I'm just worried that we don't have time to get them. So maybe those that we pile into this free group, we have the following week where we encourage them to get on to the 7-day or the 6-day sampler. And then,
Oh, okay, shipping, yeah.
yeah, well, yeah, the shipping, I'm thinking they'd have to order 2-day to get it on time. But we can include that as part of it. And because this is like a push to bring coaches onto your team, I think we need to be really bold in this free group, just kind of dropping little hints about the coaching opportunity throughout, and figure out ways to do that, like the breadcrumbing that we talked about at Summit, like taking your story, and we're not going to dump our whole story into this group, but we're going to toss out, for those of you who weren't at Summit, little breadcrumbs about, how much this accountability is helping you, or, how much, I don't know, so anything that just speaks to you. And you might want to jot that down just as like posts you can make in a group. And then we're not going to hide the fact that, yeah, we brought you in here because we really do think that there's something to this coaching opportunity for you. And at the end of the group, we will go ahead and promote the coaching at a glance. Yeah, that's Tucker. Remember Tucker? Yeah. So just kind of as you're driving along or just going through this week, think of things like that and take notes on little nuggets. Yeah, that's a baby. That you can just drop into the group and be just a little more bold to share than maybe you would in a typical 7-day free group.
Rebecca, what do you think about each of us kind of taking something we're comfortable with or maybe better at and focusing on that? Like if somebody, just guessing, but maybe Heather would be good for assigning the workouts because she's been doing this, and maybe I could do the Shakeology nuggets each day and some of the ingredients, and somebody else who's done a lot of meal planning could provide the dinners, and somebody could do the lunches. Or
I agree. That's great.
A little organization. So maybe we could have like a sign up or something on our page that kind of just says what we might be willing to take on in that group to give it the most. Maybe somebody who's a good recruiter would do coaching nuggets or.
Okay, I think that's great. Would you mind creating a document in that group and like a little fill out form, like somebody take dinner, somebody take lunch, somebody take, and then somebody take on demand. I agree. I think what's your name, Heather?
That way it's not so haphazard. We make.
Say again. Say again. Did you say something?
Me? Oh, I just said that way it's not so haphazard. We're just like somebody should post it. Somebody, at least we all do the part that will take the least effort, but we can get the most impact in the group.
And we should probably have time frames too, so that everybody's not on at 6 in the morning posting 10 posts in the group.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good. Look.
Okay.
My little 2 cents free group. I think Nicole was in there too. We were a part of a 7-day free group, and the feedback I got from some of my participants was very overwhelming because there were so many posts in there. People had a hard time keeping up and following. Like there were a lot of coaches, and I think a lot of the challengers were very excited, but there were more posts that you could follow and track. So it was overwhelming for me as a coach, and some of the people I had in there agreed. So I agree that if we can scale it back and keep it as organized as possible to not discourage people from it too.
Yeah, so what we need to do is just have a document ready that we share in the group that has all the foods, has all the workouts, and so that's not going to be a new post. And maybe like 3 of the 7 days or 4 of the 7 days, we'll stagger them. We'll talk about the Shakeology, and so it's not an everyday. And then we'll stagger that with, somebody sharing like a personal little breadcrumb about the their experience with coaching or their challenge groups or their personal success story. Not necessarily in the 7 days, but or maybe somebody on your team or somebody you've been coaching who has been doing this and this is their 60-day results or whatever, something like that. Does that sound good?
Sounds good. I'll try and come up with some sort of a document with a schedule, and then you guys can give me some feedback if you think it's not going to work.
Okay, so on that schedule we'll also put, because we had the Coaching at a Glance start today, so actually on the 3rd of August is our next Coaching at a Glance as scheduled, and then the 17th of August would be the next, and then the 31st. So the 3rd, the 17th, and the 31st are what are already scheduled, and we can put in a webinar on the 24th for sure, but maybe the 10th too. And so let's kind of talk about that webinar. Who was it? I think it was Jill that said she had watched one that she really liked. If you guys have a chance to YouTube some coaching webinars from maybe look at Lindsay Matway or some of the top coaches, just maybe watch 1 or 2. I know some of them are like, people put like 45 minutes up. I don't want ours to be that long. I'd like it to be 30 minutes max with a Q&A session at the end. Last night we talked about just doing the coaching webinar and then like sharing the coaching opportunity, and then maybe having one featured speaker who comes and shares. And I'm going to be very selective about this because I don't want somebody like, coaching has been so great for me and my family, and I want somebody that has some charisma, and so I'm going to be selective about that because it's kind of important for what we're doing. So yeah, if you guys wouldn't mind looking at some of them, and the online office actually has a template already formed with a coaching webinar. And so, I mean, it's very like business-like. It needs to be customized a lot. So I'm not sure if that's what we should start with, but maybe it's good for a foundation as far as that goes. Any other ideas as far as what should be in the webinar?
As far as webinar, are you talking about just sharing your experience as being a coach?
Yeah, that's part of it, but just what coaching is.
Okay.
It's essentially a coaching at a glance, but it's in a webinar. So yeah, it would be more of a sharing about the coaching opportunity, what it is we do, briefly touch on how we earn an income, just really the foundation. It's a lot of what Coaching at a Glance is in a condensed version, with the opportunity for you to see me face to face and hear my personal story coming from someone who's been doing it for 4 years, and then hopefully having one of you guys, somebody in the group, just share a little bit. I mean, even having James come on. I mean, I know you just started, but that's kind of what they want to see. Like, you guys have been in this for over a year now, but something triggered, and so hearing that personal story of what that is and kind of your vision on a personal level is, it's gonna relate to people.
Yeah, that sounds great. I'd be happy to help for sure.
Okay. Any questions or ideas on that? Again, I've never personally run one. It's way out of my comfort zone. I know I can do it. I don't know why I've never done it. I think Summer Tucker kind of intimidates me because she gets on and she has all of this. If you've ever heard Summer, she's like this big ball of fiery energy, and I just wasn't sure like how to do it and make it my own, but I know I can. So, anything else? Let's see. I'm gonna pull up one. So basically, to kick this off, we all need to set some goals. I would like to put like a document in the group so that we can each fill it out with how many coaches we plan on adding, or whatever our goals are for the month of August. I shared with you guys, I plan on adding 11 coaches, which is way more than I've ever done before. if I hit 5, that's still a record for me. So we want to start with goals. We have to have our list. Our list means a list of I'm going to have a list of 110. However many number of people that you're going to work in that first week, because it's crucial that you start. Again, I mentioned it before. Get it. That these people that we put on the list, it doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to attack them right there in that first week about the coaching opportunity. It may just be initiating that conversation with end, mind, and goal by the end of the month, going ahead and presenting that. So I'm going to pause for a second. Does anybody have anything to add there?
I will catch the rest of it tonight with Co. We'll rewatch the end. I've got to get to work. Thanks, everybody. Talk to you soon.
Bye, James.
Bye.
So does anybody else have any ideas besides the 7-day group and then the webinar? How else are you going to proceed with forming with people to invite them to the coaching opportunity?
Okay. So what I would say to that is I like to take those people that I really have a close eye on for the coaching, my first maybe 10 or 20 prospects. I'm going to go on to Facebook and I'm going to highlight them so that I get notifications when they post. So I'm in communication with them and I can see what they're doing in a daily basis, and maybe even private messaging them based on, oh, I'm so sorry your dog got hit by a car. I don't just so I'm paying more attention and can communicate with them more on a personal level, or catch when they say, I can't believe I just spent $800 on groceries. How am I going to pay the electric bill? Stuff like that.
Yeah, we can start forming now. Kind of get the people in your sites that you think would be good.
I might have to jump off. I don't know. Or at least mute myself and let you guys finish this conversation. It's not going well for me right now.
Yeah.
Rebecca,
if you want, I can. Yeah, give me a second. I'll see if anybody has any thoughts on a couple ideas I was thinking about.
I'll just close mine out, and then when you guys are done, we'll still have the recording from everything. Sorry about that.
Wait, you're leaving?
Oh, no, I was just going to, mute my audio and my camera.
Okay, that's fine. All right, we probably need her insight. I'm not the expert here, but I can tell you a couple things that I've thought about since she started talking and things. I noticed she had put that there's different goals we can have for this 30-day sprint, whether it be recruiting or a monetary amount. I mean, personally, I feel like I want to energize all my efforts towards recruiting. And I think if everyone does that, all those other pieces are going to come into play, and that can kind of focus our energy so we're not so scattered. That's just my 2 cents of what I'm going to try and think about is just recruiting coaches. The other thing I was thinking, I don't know about you, but I've had a little bit of difficulty having self-discipline while managing the kids. So I'm trying to do better, and I am doing better. But I thought it might be valuable to almost have like a little homework assignment each day. Maybe on our 30-day sprint group, if I'm the first one that morning that gets up and I say, okay, today my personal goal is I'm going to invite 10 people to the coaching opportunity. Maybe I post that, and everybody, and despite all the other things that are on your list, that is one thing that you make sure you do that day. Or perhaps today I'm going to dig in and I'm going to find a good training on coaching, how to invite coaches. And I could post, okay, go watch this coaching thing. And my idea would be that they would only be at most maybe 15 minutes of your time, but something in addition, kind of out of your normal mindset of kind of like a homework assignment. Anybody have any thoughts on that? Like it, dislike it?
I think it's an excellent idea.
Yeah, I like that.
And so it doesn't have to be so organized, like we all have one day, we have to have an assigned day. Whoever wakes up and has an idea of something to post that day, that will be the activity that we do that day that everyone must accomplish, and they can like when they're done or whatever makes sense. And it's not to create more work, but just to give us another push in one direction or another. And maybe day 15 we repeat day 1, and that's just invite 10 new coaches or something. Like, I don't think it needs to be something ridiculous, but then you just have, that's kind of like a little homework tasking that you have to do. The only thing I wanted, maybe somebody can tell me the best way to do this. I want to make sure it's posted at the top so everybody sees it and it doesn't get lost in our post. So will we just pin it each day and then unpin it and then pin the new one?
Yeah.
So we don't get multiple tasks?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think we all have to be administrators to be able to pin.
Oh, yeah.
Is that,
But somebody else can jump in and pin it. Like if there's one of the admins can just
We
pin
can make
it.
everybody administrators in that group.
yeah, and I agree that whoever sees it first, that is, could do whatever's easiest. I don't know if it's easier to make everyone administrators, but that way, you know, we don't accidentally have somebody else post one. Just kind of first come, first serve to kind of keep the momentum going and us kind of do something we may not have done that day.
Well, on that note, what are the guidelines for the group? What are we going to be posting each day? What we accomplished, or, you know, so what are the posts going to be looking like? Do we have a?
Yeah, that's actually one thing I wanted to talk about. So I think that if we could get everybody to post one thing a day, like what Mandy said, I'm gonna send out 10 invites. I'm going to make sure I post my workout on my page, or I'm gonna make sure that I drop a nugget, a breadcrumb about my story on my page today. So little things like that. If each of us would take one day where we write what we're going to do, and that's like kind of the assignment or the push for everybody else in the group. And then I think just on that one post, everybody should comment that they did that and anything else significant that they did that day in their business. Does that make sense?
Well, but so everybody's going to post something along those lines, and then we're all going to do what each other did?
No, only on that specific day. So on the first, Heather, you would post like the big significant thing.
Okay.
And then the second day, I would do it. And then the third day, Mandy would do it. And then we would all post below that we did that or some version of it. You may send out 20, and I'm like, oh, I'm not sending out 20. I did 5, you know? And so if each person will do that, and it's okay if you repeat, like, last week we did 10 invites, and I'm going to do it again today. That's, just something that's keeping us engaged, and then that we're each commenting on that. And I think keeping it commenting on that same thread is going to help keep too much from going on in the news feed too. So each person will post a goal for the day that everyone will kind of follow with. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
And definitely post wins. Like if you guys have a win, I don't know, Rebecca.
Yeah. Oh, yes, yes.
Advice on that. Like, I want to see what's working, and tell me.
Yeah.
You got a coach or.
Celebrate, exactly. Celebrate that you're getting coached, celebrate records of inviting, celebrate getting Success Club points, whatever. Everything. We want to be able to celebrate everything, because I know when I read, you guys are like, I just stepped out and invited somebody I thought I would never invite, and they said yes. I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to do that. I have somebody I need to do that too, you know?
Sorry, Nicole, go ahead.
I was going to say that in that document that we're going to have, the document where we each put our goals, maybe there's a section where we can fill out where we are with that.
Okay, yep. Like maybe a weekly update.
Yeah.
Kind of like.
That might be encouraging to look at, if you're looking at this was this person's goals and look what they've achieved already.
Yeah, like a running tally of how it's going. The other thing I just wanted to remind everyone, when you're posting your homework or goal for the day, make sure it's something tangible that like you have control over, because you can't control if you sign up a coach. Make sure it's things that you actually have control of and can achieve that day.
Okay, good. Very good. Yeah, I'm going to sign up 5 coaches today. All right, what else, guys? Let me go to the group real quick, that thing that I posted this morning about what we would cover today, and see if we're missing anything that I wrote on that list. All right, starting point, a game plan. Again, that's just so very basic of setting your goals for the month and making your list of people. We talked about the 7-day free group. I think we have a great plan going with that. We'll just go ahead and start a document where we can get people to sign up for food, for post ideas, and we can actually just put that in our group, either in a document in the group or a Google document, so we can all look at that and be like, oh, okay, well, Mandy was supposed to post today. Mandy, today's your day. Don't forget to go post, and then we'll have the on-demand. We'll have somebody, I think Heather has officially been nominated to pick the workouts for the on-demand, and you can team up with somebody if you want somebody to help you out with that. The coaching webinar, so let's start lining up some speakers. James said he would do it. I prefer to take some volunteers, just a 3 to 5 minute little blurb that we'll add to the webinar. The daily participation expectations, so we're going to have 1 coach a day that will share their personal goals, and then everybody will comment on that they've done the same goals in addition to what they've done, and then also wins that we'll each share, and we'll keep it at that, I think, unless something comes to me at the end of the day. Maybe we'll say how many coach invites we did that day, because I think every single day should include some sort of, well, the first week is definitely going to include some sort of invite, and then how that's progressing each time. And then yeah, that's all I put on those notes. So are we good? And should we let's plan on doing these once a week for the week, for the month that we're doing this? So we can go ahead and put in on the calendar maybe Tuesday the 28th at the same time. I need to double check my schedule and make sure. And obviously everybody's on different schedule, on different time zone, but let's look at doing these, and it might be better to do them in the evening. I'm not sure. Overall, do you guys have a preference over morning or evening?
This time is good for me.
Okay. All right, well then we'll do that. We'll plan on Monday or Tuesday. Tuesday is usually when I have a lot of calls. But I might just wipe those calls off the table, because the girl who spoke at Summit and said how she did this, she let her team know, I'm not going to be quite as engaged as I normally have been. And she put a lot of things on pause, so she could fully focus on that. So I might even do that and cancel all my personal calls for that month. And that way, so. But we'll put some options out there and get a vote on call times. All right.
Yeah, Rebecca, I think you're going to have to put some stuff on the burner. You can't do it all.
No, that's for darn sure. You guys go get on the burner.
Besides them. All right.
All right. Anything else? I'm going to set up a recording for this, or post this, so it's I'll post a recording for this in the group for anybody that missed it. All righty. Good. Questions, comments, advice? Okay.